how God created it by hand. From mighty mountains to the raging sea, to every leaf on every single tree. It's in the holy book. Just open up and take a look. It's a story for young and old, the greatest story ever told. So lend an ear and you will hear the greatest story. The greatest story.
Long ago, God sent his prophet Samuel to find the future king of the Israelites.
Samuel, go to Jesse's house in Bethlehem. There you will find the new king over all Israel.
I wonder who that is.
My sons, come into the house. There is a guest here to see you.
Huh? Oh.
David, you stay there and look after the sheep. We're going inside.
Jesse, you say you have 8 sons?
Yes, and they are such fine young men. Here they come.
Oh!
Which one could it be? Surely this must be God's chosen one.
No, Samuel, you are thinking too much about what he looks like. You must look inside. You must look at his heart.
Wait, there are only 7 here. Don't you have another son?
Yes, but he is the youngest and the smallest. See him off there guarding the sheep?
Him? No, it couldn't be him. Could it? Thank you. I will leave now.
You must look at his heart.
What's your name, son?
David.
God has told me that you will be the new king of Israel someday.
God is my friend. He helps me save my sheep.
Yes, and one day I hope you save us all. Goodbye, David.
Goodbye, and God bless.
David's 3 older brothers were called away.
David, come over here and pray with me as I bless the men of the family for battle.
To go fight for the people of Israel.
Eliab, Abinadab, Shammah, may the Lord bless you and keep you and bring you safely home from battle.
But Father,
What, son?
you didn't bless me. I want to fight for Israel.
Don't worry about us, Father. We're old enough.
And strong enough. We can hardly wait to fight the enemy of God's chosen people, the evil Philistines.
We'll win and be home before you know it, David.
Hey, wait, everybody! Wait! Don't leave without me. Please. Please let me go, Father. I want to fight for the people of Israel, too. What's so funny? I may be small, but I'm brave. Why, just the other day, I saved our whole flock of sheep from a huge, ferocious lion. I hit him with a stone from my sling, and knocked him clean out. Want to see how good I'm getting?
Whoa!
No, David, not now.
First, I had to sock that lion right on his nose. Bang! And then I shook that rascal by his whiskers. And then I pulled his jaws apart and rescued our little lamb. And then... I'm not afraid of those Philistines. Oh! So please, Father, please let me go fight too. Whoa!
Guarding sheep isn't exactly the same as fighting the big bad Philistines, little David.
Stay home, little brother. Father needs your help to watch over the sheep, and Father can watch over you.
Grow up, little lamb. You may be brave enough to fight, but you're just too little.
Abinadab, Shammah, time to go.
Goodbye, Father.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Someday I'll go to battle for the people of Israel, Father. Someday.
Now the two great armies met for war in the middle of a vast valley. King Saul led the army of Israelites. But the enemy, the Philistines, had a giant on their side. The giant came marching across the valley toward the army of the Israelites. His legs were as big as tree trunks, his arms were strong as iron, and his steps made the whole earth tremble.
I am Goliath, the giant, and all of you are nothing but King Saul's little servants. Even if all of you fight me together, you can never beat me! So spare yourselves. I dare you, choose just one man brave enough to fight.
Not me.
Not me!
Not me either.
Just one man. If he beats me, all of my men will be your servants. But if I slay him, all of you shall be our servants forever. Now, who is brave enough to fight a giant? Just step forward. I'll be waiting.
Every morning and evening for 40 days, Goliath marched to the center of the valley and gave his great battle cry.
Fight me today!
Not me.
Not yesterday.
Not today either.
None of us are brave enough to fight a 10-foot giant. Or foolish enough.
You are nothing but cowards!
He said it.
He's right.
You bet he's right.
Well, what do my brothers think?
Could I?
No, don't even think about it. I'll try to...
Whoa! You're not risking your life for him. Maybe I'll...
Neither are you, Eliab. It's not worth it. Not even to marry King Saul's daughter.
Oh, but wouldn't it be great? Being rewarded with the princess's hand in marriage for beating the giant?
Oh, I wish this was over and we could go home to Father in Bethlehem.
The king will come up with a plan. You watch.
Bet I can get 5 in a row. Now remember, never be afraid.
David, that was a good shot, son.
Did you see that, Father? Maybe now you'll let me go join the army and fight with King Saul and the Israelites.
No, son, I told you before. They won't take you. You're too young to be a soldier. And you've got to get some more meat on those bones of yours.
But Father, I'm strong and I can run like a deer.
I said no, David. Now do as I ask and take this food to your brothers. Then hurry home to tell me how they are. Now be careful, son. I pray you will bring good news.
Who will fight me today?
Whoa!
Is there one man brave enough to fight? Are all the Israelites nothing but cowards?
Oh my God!
Eliab! Abinadab! Shammah, what are you doing? Why are you running away?
You'd better run yourself. If you know what's good for you. Watch out, boy!
But who is that?
It's Goliath, the giant. He's the champion for the Philistines against the people of Israel.
But why won't anyone fight back?
What do you mean? Look at him. He's too strong. He's over 10 feet tall. None of us could even lift his spear.
But what about King Saul?
King Saul will give a rich reward to the man who slays that giant.
You'll even let him marry his own daughter.
And none of you are brave enough to try?
No, because none of us want to die for no reason.
Eliab, why won't you fight? Abinadab, why are you afraid? Shammah, are you afraid of the giant too?
All the soldiers are afraid, little David.
Yes, little brother. Aren't you afraid too?
You're too young to be here at all, David.
Yes, little brother. Go home and take care of sheep where it's safe.
No, I can't. Someone has to fight Goliath.
But who? Everyone here is afraid.
I'll fight the giant. I'm not afraid.
You?
Yes. God is stronger than Goliath. And God will help me. Go tell King Saul, I'm not afraid.
I have news for King Saul.
What news?
So, there's this Israelite champion who's really a young shepherd boy. Says he wants to fight for King Saul and the Israelites. Says God will help him fight the giant. And he's never even been trained as a soldier.
Well, tell the foolish lad to go home. King Saul is no use for jokes out here on the battlefield. Tell the boy.
Tell the boy to come here.
But sire.
Joab, bring the boy here to me. Now. I wonder who he is. I wonder why he's the only one brave enough to fight the giant.
He is, I understand, a giant of a man, and I am not. His spear appears to be the size of a small tree, and all I've got is a slingshot. This Philistine is large, but I know who's in charge. I have a giant of a God, you see, bigger than the trouble in front of me. And even 9 feet tall starts looking pretty small next to the giant of a God with me. I fought the roaring lion, sent the wolves home crying every time. And with a little faith, I was not afraid. The fight was God's, not mine. This Philistine is large, but I know who's in charge. I have a giant of a God, you see, bigger than the trouble in front of me. And even 9 feet tall starts looking pretty small next to the giant of a God with me. I have a giant of a God, you see, bigger than the
the little hero?
Looks like he couldn't fight a flea.
Make way for the little giant killer.
I don't see any giant killer. I don't see anyone.
Neither do I.
Silence! Make way for this boy.
Huh?
I said make way for the shepherd boy. The king wants to see him.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Certainly, Commander.
Right away, sir.
Your Majesty, I am...
Silence! Let the boy speak.
Please, sir, don't be afraid of the giant. With God's help, I'll fight him for you. I'll fight Goliath for you and for all of the people of Israel.
But how can a boy like you fight Goliath? You can't match him in size or strength or skill, my boy. Why, you've never even been trained for battle.
It's true, Your Majesty. I am young and small. But God will make me strong. If God saves my sheep, God will save me from this giant. Now let me fight the giant for you and the people of Israel.
Yes, little David, and may God be with you. Joab, get my sword and shield. Get my armor. Put them on young David.
Huh?
Joab, I said dress the boy for battle.
Huh? Yes. Yes, Your Majesty. Well, didn't you hear King Saul? Do as he says.
I can hardly pick up your sword, Your Majesty. And your shield is much too heavy for me.
But, David...
God's help is all the armor I need. Please help me, God. Help me fight Goliath the giant for the people of Israel. Can you hear me, Goliath the giant? I am ready to fight.
Ha! Do you think you can fight with sticks and stones? You'll be sorry!
You fight me with your sharp sword and heavy spear, Goliath, but I fight you in the name of God.
Goliath! He's dead!
Hooray! Run! Run for your lives!
Look at those cowards run!
Yes! After them!
Come back here!
And the Israelites chased the Philistines away.
The boy killed the giant!
Goliath is dead! Where is the boy? Joab, bring him here to me.
Little brother, it is you, our brave baby brother David.
Bring the boy here to King Saul.
Thank you, my son.
Thank God, Your Majesty.
And that is how little David beat Goliath the giant with the help of God. This was only one of the many great adventures God had planned for David. David the shepherd boy grew up to become a great king who served God. Throughout David's long and adventurous life, he always remembered the comforting words of God.
The 12 tribes of Israel were led out of Egypt by Moses. God had promised them a home of their own, a land called Canaan. But once they got there, many Israelites were afraid of the armies of Canaan. They didn't trust God to help them win their battles. They wanted to go back to Egypt where they had been slaves. God decided that since they didn't trust Him, they couldn't enter the Promised Land, and He had them wander the deserts for 40 years. After 40 years, God led the children of the 12 tribes back to the Promised Land. But instead of it being a time of joy, the Israelites were full of sadness. Their leader Moses had died, so they didn't have anyone to lead them to their new home.
Boys, behave yourselves.
Today we are remembering Moses.
Joshua, who helped Moses for those 40 years, was remembering the great leader in his own special way.
Come to cheer me up, Turnip? What will happen to our people now that Moses is gone? Who will guide us to the Promised Land?
Why not you, Joshua?
Turnip, you talked.
It's me, Joshua.
God?
I've chosen you, Joshua, to lead the Israelites into the Promised Land.
No, I can't.
You helped Moses.
But he was a great leader. I'm just an ordinary man, a simple servant.
Don't be afraid. There is greatness in every man who has faith, Joshua.
God, where is the land you promised us?
Look west. What do you see?
The desert floor and the Jordan River. Beyond that, foothills and green.
The Promised Land. Take your people, Joshua.
But I can't lead them. I'm frightened.
Yes, you will face many dangers, but be strong. Remember, I will never leave you.
Because Joshua loved God and obeyed His rules, God protected him. God's rules, known as the 10 Commandments, were written on stone tablets inside the Holy Ark.
The river's very swift. Crossing won't be easy.
Oh, this is foolish.
Following Joshua as if he were Moses.
Are you coming, Aram?
Come, let's see what will happen. How about there, Joshua? I'll see how deep it is. Do you think you can cross it, little one? Oh, come on, it's just a little water. No!
Who are you? Go away!
I am Joshua, leader of the Israelites. God has promised us this land.
Did he? Well, I'm the king of Jericho, and you can't enter. We are protected by this swift river and the strongest wall in the world. If you can cross this river, you better be prepared for a fight.
Our God protects us, as he protected Moses, our leader.
Yes, I've heard that your God parted the Red Sea,
but he has no power here. Stay away from Jericho, or my army will destroy you.
What'll we do, Joshua?
Have faith and cross the river when God tells us to.
You heard Joshua. Let's tell the others.
I'm worried about this king of Jericho. He's like the waters of this river, dangerous.
Joshua.
Yes, God?
Don't be afraid of the king. If you trust me, I will protect you.
Joshua did trust in God. He selected 2 men to sneak into Jericho and tell him about the king's army.
One, 2, 3 soldiers. That third one is tiny. I'll only count him as half a soldier.
Aram! We're spies. That means we have to be quiet.
Oh, quiet. Right.
Spy!
Oh, King, I'm only a harmless traveling merchant.
Liar! You're a stranger in Jericho, so I say you're a spy.
Hey! Shh! But he can't do that!
More spies! Israelite spies!
That's being quiet.
Catch them!
Stop the spies!
Catch the Israelites!
They must be here somewhere.
This way! Hurry! My name's Rahab. I want to help. This way. Under here. Quickly.
Open your doors! By order of the king! Out of my way! The Israelite spies! Did you see them?
They were here, but they ran toward the city gates. If you hurry, you might still catch them. The king will be very unhappy if you let them get away.
Rahab told the Israelites it was safe to come out of their hiding place.
That was a very brave thing you did.
Why did you risk your life for us? 2 strangers.
Everyone in Jericho knows the Israelites are coming to our land. We've heard that your God rules the heavens above and the earth below. He's so powerful. He parted the Red Sea for Moses. Now our men are afraid to fight you. Go, hide in the hills for 3 days. Then you'll be safe.
God bless you, Rahab. You're very kind.
Wait. I showed kindness to you. When your people attack the city, please spare my family and me.
We promise, Rahab.
Leave this red rope hanging from your window. It will be a sign that no one in this house is to be harmed.
Joshua's spies did as Rahab had said, After hiding in the mountains for 3 days, they ran back to camp with their report.
That's what Rahab told us, Joshua. Everyone in Jericho is afraid of us. We can defeat this king of Jericho.
I'm not so sure, Aram. He had a lot of soldiers.
They were all small.
Let's pray to God and thank Him. He has done as He said. The promised land is ours.
The next day, the 12 tribes marched towards Canaan. But as God had told Joshua, entering their new homeland wasn't going to be easy.
How can we cross this river safely? Please, God, give me an answer.
The water's too fast. It's too fast. I'm not going to. No. No.
How will we get our children and animals across?
Don't be afraid. God has shown me a way. Bring out the Ark of the Covenant.
Joshua directed the priests to carry the ark into the river and hold it there. The Israelites were confused. What did Joshua have in mind?
This can't be safe. Joshua doesn't know what he's doing.
Behold, the power of God.
As the crowd watched, a miracle happened. The priests held up the ark, and God held back the waters.
It's just like when Moses parted the Red Sea.
It's true then. God must be with Joshua, as he was with Moses.
The Israelites' faith in Joshua grew and grew, for now they knew he followed in the footsteps of Moses.
Joshua, choose 12 men, one from each tribe. Tell them to get 12 rocks from the middle of the river, from where the priests stood. Carry the rocks and put them down where you stay tonight.
In the future, your children will ask, what do these rocks mean? And you will say, the water stopped flowing when the Ark of the Covenant with God crossed the river. These rocks will always remind the Israelites of this.
One evening, Joshua was walking near Jericho.
I've followed God's commands without question. I've tried to be a good leader, but I'm not a soldier. How can I fight the king of Jericho and his army?
Joshua.
God? How shall the enemy be defeated?
You won't need swords or armor, Joshua. Just have faith in me. To defeat the king and army of Jericho, here's what you must do.
Early the next day, Joshua formed the Israelites into a long line.
Remember, do as God instructed. Not a word, not a sound from any of you.
First came 7 priests playing ram's horns. Then the Ark of the Covenant. Then the armed men. They marched one time around the great city.
This is not fighting. This is a parade. Well, I guess we've won.
When do we attack the city, Joshua?
We don't. Tomorrow we march around it again. And just like today, everyone must be quiet. No shouts of war. The only sounds can come from the ram's horns.
So the Israelites marched once around Jericho. Every day for 6 days. And for 6 days, nothing happened.
You Israelites are fools! And the biggest fool is your leader, Joshua!
On the morning of the 7th day, Joshua's people were restless.
Joshua, you do not know what you are doing!
Our people are tired of marching in circles.
We need a soldier for a leader.
Yes! Let's fight!
You're right. I'm not a soldier. But I do have faith in God. He didn't let Moses down, and he won't let us down, so long as we trust in him. This is the 7th and last day. Who will come with me?
I will! All of us!
Tell everyone we will march!
And march they did. But instead of going around the city just once, as they had done for 6 full days, Joshua said that God wanted them to march 7 times. And on the 7th time around, they did something completely different.
Shout, yell, scream, so that the heavens can hear you. Shout, for God has given us Jericho.
For 40 years we wandered through the desert sand, hoping we could find God's promised land. And now it's here before us, behind a fortress tall. But it will not be ours until we bring down the walls. Bring down the walls of Jericho. Bring down the walls, lift your horns and blow. The sound we make is gonna shake this city to the ground. We'll see the promised land when the walls come down. We believe in God, that he is with us here. His power is much greater than that army over there. Our enemies are laughing, but their kingdom soon will fall. When we raise our voices, we will bring down the walls. Bring down the walls of Jericho. Bring down the walls, lift your horns and blow. The sound we make is gonna shake the city to the ground. We'll see the promised land when the walls come down. So shout out loud, shout out strong. That wall around the city won't keep us out for long. Sing to God, one and all. That land that we were promised is right behind those walls. Bring down the walls of Jericho. Shout them down. Bring down the walls. Lift your horns and blow. The sound we make is gonna shake the city to the ground. We'll see the promised land when the walls come down. We'll see the promised land when the walls come down.
With their voices, a few ram's horns, and their faith in God, the Israelites captured Jericho.
Joshua! These are the people who helped us. Rahab, her mother and father.
You're a brave woman, Rahab. God has watched over you and your family because of your faith and for helping my people.
Can we stay and join you, Joshua?
Nothing would make me happier.
Don't touch me, Israelite! How dare you treat me this way? Why, I'm the king!
You were the king. When I said God promised us this land, you laughed and called me a fool. Who's the fool now?
You can't, no!
Has anyone seen Turnip? For you. Perfect. My friends, our days of wandering are over. We're home.
After Jericho was captured, the Israelites kept moving and claimed more and more new land. Their wandering days were over, all because Joshua and the Israelites had faith in God.